have to put through school, and our retirement and the mortgage and all of those things. And I am too, obviously, but in a way that is more immediate for him. And so when he talks about when he shifted from a different firm, for instance, that was, to me, I'm always like, oh, we don't all work out, we were so lucky, blah, blah, blah. I do that sort of happy talk, and he's much more, well, listen, this is what college costs today. I mean, he's much more direct about it, and much more, it's a real trade-off. It's not happy talk, and it's not fuzzy-wuzzy, it's a real trade-off, and you have to really seriously think about it. So that's been, what your experiences with that's been ours. More him than his firms or the world.
I guess I'll just throw in, my husband is an architect. He works in a large corporate architecture firm. Their policies have been pretty even-handed with regards to men and women in the workforce. The only difference I can tell is that the maternity leave, the paternity leave, is shorter for the male than it is for the female. But I suspect that at least in this large corporation where the policies are trying to be as open and PC as they can, I suspect that if he really asked for 3-month paid paternity leave, they might give it to him. It's a very pretty equal scenario, at least for my husband's part. I don't know the other
I just will add a couple of things there. I am an attorney like my husband too, and he has found, like Kim said, and pretty even treatment in the law field with whether it's man or woman taking time off. I think what Kim was saying is that we are programmed differently, men and women, and you see this when the children come, and if you look at his side of the bed and what he's reading, there's this sort of financial self-defense and make sure and mine is exactly as she says, it'll be fine, don't worry, all these different sort of books. And I hear that a lot from women, and once they have a number of children, and they have to get through that sort of conflict with their husband, or appreciate the fact that, he's coming at it from the provider standpoint, and he's looking at the college bills and the weddings, he's looking at the baby and seeing the bills sometimes down the line, and we're just, approaching it differently, and you do appreciate that. What I've also seen, the last thing I was just going to say, is sometimes I see with my good friends, and I get a lot of calls from them because they know I'm at home and they know they'll find me. And that's part of what's nice about being at home is I've heard priests refer to it as a ministry of presence. Sometimes people will call me on the phone, they had great news and they couldn't reach their boyfriend or their husband, they couldn't reach, but they knew they'd find me at home, so they call me to give me the good news. But, and they'll also ask me about leaving and whether or not to leave. But I hear from my friends who have stayed in the legal profession and they've done the dual career. It seems like with the women, a lot of extra things. They have to be the full-time attorney, unisex, gender-neutral attorney, that job. But then they also, I hear them on the weekends, they could also get the birthday gifts with birthday parties. And I know the husbands are chipping in and doing other parts, but I do get the sense that the women also have a little bit more of a home burden to carry than the men. I mean, it's not 50-50 there. You're both doing this sort of gender-neutral career thing, but once you get home, I don't know that I've seen yet as being, I know husbands are doing more and more. My husband went so far as to have a bike accident when we had one of our kids. I said, "You do anything to get it out of changing a diaper." But yeah, they're really doing a lot at home, and I know it's a lot of pressure on them too, and it's changing, career and family is changing for men too. But I do see my girlfriends who've stayed in it that they're pretty stressed out because they're, running from pillar to post.
Great, so it's just about 6, so I'm going to thank you all very much for coming. It was great to hear these panelists, and I hope you'll join me in another one.
I just want to thank everyone for coming today. I also want to say something that I neglected to say at the beginning, which is a big thank you to the Women's Center for co-sponsoring today's event. They helped us with publicity and everything, so I really appreciate that. Oh.
Thank you.
Just, if you love the Anscombe side, would love to hear from you. If any feedback about today's event, you can get in touch with us with the information on the green sheet, and just you can leave that little questionnaire and we'll pick that up. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you to our panelists, and hope everyone has a great evening. Oh, right, yeah, I'd like to invite everybody to convene outside. There's some great food from all of us. Want to sit and mingle for a little while.